What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades. We're continuing our Let's Play of 1000 Lies. Last time we left off, we ended on a very odd note. With America and everything. That was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen in any game. Just randomly go on a American rant. It was so weird, but at least now we're back into some semblance of normalcy with her screaming thief. So anyway, let's get started, shall we? So she screams thief, and I'm not gonna do that. Oh crap, I'm in the wrong screen. It actually turned off the capture for like a split second. Alright then. What the... I knew it. I was supposed to be the good guy. How did it turn out like this? And why did I ever think that pretending to be an American was a good idea? At least I managed to get some distance, at least. Idiot! I'm cursing my bad luck when I hear the sound of the elevator moving. It must be that girl trying to catch me. I'm already bad at improvising, but I'm even worse under pressure. I stumble a couple of times on my way down the stairs. That's just the risk one takes when jumping down 5 steps at a time, though. How unfortunate that my fear became a reality, right before I could sprint out of the building and the elevator arrived at the bottom. There's no other way to escape. The building is narrow and each floor only has an elevator, a set of stairs, and 2 apartments. I could try to push my way out, but I don't want an assault charge on me too, which would happen considering my awful luck. I decided to run back up the flight of stairs when one of the apartment doors behind me opens, revealing one of its other residents. What was that scream just now? It came from upstairs. Is everything alright? While the distracted tenant goes up the stairs, I take the opportunity to sneak into his apartment before he returns. Okay, just compile your crimes today. Huh? Just add more crimes. Why not? Yes, I'm sneaking into another apartment, so what? Who even cares at this point? I've been having a brain fart for too long now, I can't think. Before I enter the apartment, I push aside the curtains concealing the glass doors to the balcony and walk onto it. There doesn't seem to be anyone else in the apartment, and I can't come up with any other way to escape anyways. Shrouded by the darkness, I search for some way to make my exit via the balcony. The apartment is only on the 2nd floor, so I'm safe to jump down, but I prefer to just climb down using the lower floor's barred window. I make sure that the fall is less than 3 feet, and I'm out. Surprisingly, my escape went smoother than expected. It was almost too easy. I can't believe it as I caress my right leg. I expected it to ache from the pressure of that jump. Thankfully, everything seems fine and I'm totally unharmed. I stop wasting time and begin running, overjoyed the whole way home. Everything happened so fast, I try to convince myself that it was all just a bad dream and tomorrow I'll forget about it. For some reason, though, I can't stop laughing. Oh no, he's getting addicted to the rush! The rush of crime. Oh, Chapter 2? How many chapters are there? I wonder. Just what I need. I'm tired and school isn't exactly my favorite place in the world. What is it even missing to become a real hell on earth? Oh, they're laughing. Wait, give me a second. Wait, give me a second. My sides hurt too much. So he decided to go to the playground and found a girl there. Then you followed her around town while hiding inside a cardboard box, snuck into her apartment and then her room like some kind of pervert. Then she caught you, and you pretended to be an American. Finally, you ran away and snuck into someone else's apartment, and then jumped off their balcony for whatever reason. Yeah, that's right. They laugh again, and I'm not going to do that laugh because I'm not good at laughing. It's not like I wanted to tell Mr. and Mrs. Snoopy what happened yesterday, but they kept asking questions when they noticed I wasn't acting like myself. That's what you get from wild animals. They have good instincts. Seriously, I don't really have a problem letting people know about my life. I just always end up regretting it at the end of the day if those two find out. I never learn. It's actually funny, compañero. You're always complaining about how I seem like a foreigner because I mix languages, and now you pretended to be... who? John something? Don't remind me. What a joke. My terrible accent only made it worse. For once, I envy your linguistic ability, but don't get used to it. Not really. I'm only confident about it because I've lived abroad, that's all. Let's get to the point already, Ciar. What's important to us as men? That girl. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot was she? Do you really believe I had time to notice that? For your reaction, I'd say she's at least a solid 8. I decide not to answer that and instead raise an eyebrow, hoping that it will be enough to deter Ausse from pushing further. Sadly, I'm wrong. More than 8 out of 10. Coming from someone so picky about real girls, she must look like an angel on earth. I can't wait to meet the sexy soother of troubled souls. What the fuck? It makes no sense to assume that there's any logic to Auss's crazy imagination. Luckily, the teacher finally comes into the room and instructs everyone to go to their seats. Based on the way Ausse and Ziva say goodbye to me, I don't think they'll be leaving me alone today. Well, it's kind of your fault, man. You could have just let it all alone. But no, you had to go into her house, into her room, and you're still like a goddamn weirdo. The bell signaling the start of recess sounds like a celestial choir to my ears. Everyone shuffles out of the classroom in search of somewhere to take a break. However, I know that my own freedom won't come that easily. The teacher calls out to me before I can leave. The old friendly literature teacher stands up and pulls me aside, ensuring that no one else can eavesdrop on our conversation. I politely ask him what he needs. I'm pretty surprised that he pulled me aside in the first place, actually. Well, it's about the last assignment you had in class, the creative writing piece. It didn't have an ending. Did you forget to include it? No wonder it took me by surprise, since I forgot all about that assignment. But my teacher looks even more astonished when I explain that he already has the entire story in his hands. His expectations drop down to earth, and I watch him trying to figure out whether or not to make me write a proper ending, a request he wouldn't hesitate making to any other student. I've received special treatment for a while now, ever since I won a writing competition. The funny thing is that I didn't even plan on participating in the first place. Turns out someone decided to enter one of my stories under my name without my permission. From then on, everyone started to assume I'd become a famous writer or something, and their theory was only supported by even more by my notebook writing habit. It's not like I hate the idea or anything, and I don't care what other people think of me, I just don't care about writing as much as everyone wants me to. Especially considering that I haven't won anything else since then. What else can I say? The ending doesn't seem finished, right? My teacher isn't confident about how he should react to my small interruption. He admits I'm right, but tries to soften the blow since it's not the first time we find ourselves in this kind of situation. I wouldn't put it like that, more like there's still untapped potential. The ending is like the opus. The ending is like the opus magnum of every story. If it fails to meet the reader's expectation, then I find it fascinating that a literature teacher struggles to find the most politically correct way to express himself. I can only admire a man that respects his pupils so much. Still, sometimes, just sometimes, I wish everyone would stop placing me upon a pedestal. I don't deserve this kind of special treatment. Everything would be easier. Write an ending. My thoughts are still scattered when I walk out into the hallway, which is empty aside from one infamous person. I've been waiting for you. How's my favorite guy? We fade to black already? That was quick and a little abrupt. Ziva decides to hang out with me whether I like it or not, and asks why it took me so long to come out. I brush it off as having to ask a question about the last assignment, but she isn't convinced and keeps pestering me as we walk outside. Do you want to grab something to eat along the way? You can tell me about your plans for Mysterious Girl X. Sounds good, but I'm still not inviting you to anything. Who's Mysterious Girl X anyway? She sounds like a porn star. Don't play dumb. I'm talking about the girl you stalked yesterday. You still don't know if she sent you the email or not, so you should figure it out. And no, I won't ask you to invite me, although a real gentleman wouldn't mind paying for a lady's meal. Oz always pays for my meals, for example. I do admire your ability to take advantage of others, but I can actually control my hormones well enough to take off the white knight armor. Not to mention that Oz is loaded, so it doesn't matter if he pays for anything. Why do you think I'm even his friend in the first place? The worst part is coming from you, I'd believe it. While bickering, we reach a small sandwich shop that's popular amongst all of us students. We wait in line, slowly but surely approaching the window where we'll be able to place our orders. Forget about Oz for now. You still haven't answered me about that girl X. Poor Oz. Did he do something to make you angry again? You know what I meant. What are you gonna order? Suddenly I want to know what the weird taste you have, Ziva. Don't change the subject. Talking to you is like a war where the smallest mistake can lead to total annihilation. All warfare is based on deception. You should know that. I already told you too much. The truth is I'd rather not talk about this. Else you might try to make it about psychology. You are my public enemy number 2 for nothing. 2? Who's the first? Anyone who picks Bulbasaur as their starter Pokemon. Wow. Wow, okay. I'll let it be known that I did. Just because they make the first 2 gyms easier. Like a shit ton easier. Plus, in yellow version, they give you all 3 anyway. So shut up. Wait. Oh yeah, I did play leaf green. Huh. I played yellow and leaf green. Blah. Whatever, I still pick Bulbasaur. Fuck you guys. Why? He's super cute. No, wait, stop changing the subject. There's one more thing I want to know about that girl, and then I'll leave you alone. Did you have an ace up your sleeve? A plan to find out who she is? I tilt my head, deciding whether or not to answer Ziva's question, especially now that she has reached the top of my public enemy list. I can't come up with any reason not to tell her, so I shrug before spilling the beans. I won't do anything about it. I shouldn't have done anything in the first place. In fact, even if I wanted to, I can't do anything now. My hands are tied, you know. Nevertheless, I think you probably want to do something about it. You're always overthinking everything, but you can't lie to me. You're just too embarrassed to admit it, but you don't need to pretend to be a tough guy around me, Edian. Ziva looks down at me, confident that I'm an open book to her, that it's that smartass attitude of hers that I hate about her the most. Earlier you mentioned deception. Most people use it improperly. Do you know the difference between lying and deceiving? Don't start with that. This is just another psychoanalysis attempt, isn't it? No, I swear it isn't. I'll stick to the linguistic part of it. That was a lie, but since I didn't fall for it, you could say that you failed to deceive me. Good enough for you, miss? You could have skipped the cynicism, but yes, you're right. I wasn't lying, though, you know. That's for the judge to decide. Anyways, hurry and order something. It's your turn. Oh, I didn't notice. Oh, crap. Ziva has been distracted and forgot all about the line. She quickly recovers and orders a vegetarian sandwich. The clerk tells us we still have to wait for a bit for our food, so Ziva and I continue our chat. Oh yeah, you're one of the... Oh yeah, you're one of those veggie freaks. Vegan. The word is vegan. How is the herbivore lifestyle? Do you get extra points for starving yourself more? What prize comes after anemia? Hilarious. First of all, you can still have a healthy diet without meat, for your information. True, but I still like meat. Meat is Wait, what? Meat is delicious. I was about to say gross words, but wow, okay. Freudian slip, I suppose. Secondly, it isn't something I do for fun. I take animal rights extremely seriously. Oh no, here we go. Just don't get too into it, or else you'll be overpowering us. You can at least try eating vegetarian meals before you knock them. They aren't bad at all. The clerk brings Ziva's food to her, which means it's my turn to place an order now. I'll have... I don't even know what you guys even have. Just stuff all the meat you can into a sandwich. Edian! Ugh, yeah, sorry. That was really insensitive of me. Please. That isn't what I meant. What? I asked politely. Oh, you meant you wanted a bite of my sandwich? Sure, of course I'll share with you. I give up. You're clearly trying to piss me off. Oh, this guy's just like me. A cynic. We leave the shop with our sandwiches in hand. While walking, I ask Ziva if we could stop and sit somewhere together. I exhaustedly plop into a nearby bench, closing my eyes and relishing in the sweet respite. Ziva looks annoyed and puffs out her cheeks when I look at her. She's not angry, but somehow serious. This is what I meant by the difference between lies and deceit, Endian. You can lie all you want, but deceit always depends on how much the other person trusts you. There's no deceit without a lie, but there are lies without deceit. In this situation, you're both the liar and the deceived. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're still craving a bite of my sandwich. Too bad, girl. You already missed your chance. I already told you I don't want it. This has nothing to do with it. How can I make you understand? She folds her arms and racks her brain. Think of a schizophrenic trying to describe reality. To do that, he'd first have to lie to himself about what he's seeing, but he wouldn't be able to deceive himself about what his own reality is presenting. There's no use for him to distinguish between reality and delusion if what he feels is totally different, right? The tone our conversation usually have gone... What? The tone our conversations usually have is gone. It starts feeling more and more like a lecture that pisses me off because we only have 20 minutes off before our class breaks. Before our breaks. Jesus Christ. Time we should be spending forgetting about class. Did you come up with all that crap on your own, or did you steal it from a book? It was me, I guess. It just came to me. Does it sound weird? In short, stop interrupting me. Your behavior is nothing more than a clear-cut example of internal conflict. There's something you like and feel attracted to, but the closer you get to it, the more negative points about it come to mind, so you want to run away or avoid it somehow. My point is that we won't know what's going to happen until it actually happens. That's why I think you should be brave and get on with it. Between the email and Mysterious Girl X, I'm positive that you want to know more about everything. Instead, you lie to yourself, believing that the situation is too stupid. The real question is, can you deceive yourself? If you can't, then you won't deceive me either. You aren't convincing anyone. I look at Ziva in disbelief as she continues proudly bragging about her own words. I've come to a conclusion. I was right when I first said that you were lying. You caught me! In any case, lies are demonized, in my opinion. Ziva grins after processing what I just said. In response, I begin sweating, realizing that I probably just opened Pandora's box. Thankfully, I'm saved by the bell as I notice that a certain someone is approaching us. Check it out. Compañero, Ziva, here you are. I was speaking with some girls from the other side when... Who's this guy? Huh? Me? What do you mean? It's almost like I know you from somewhere. Or something. It must have been the work of a witch. I think she chanted a spell, something like, forget about Ausse. By the way, who's Ausse? Stop twisting my words, Indian. You know what it wasn't what I meant. Whatever, Ausse, what were you saying before? It better be worthwhile. I lost you guys a while ago, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, back to what I was trying to say. I forgot. I can't tell if you're only smart when you want to be, or if your brain just doesn't have the capacity for it 24/7. That's exactly why I believed you when you said you're Auss's friend because of his money. Who wouldn't be? If you go to the other side again, then tell them to bring over your alter ego for a bit. It'd be convenient to have a competent Ausse for once. Unfortunately, I suspect that this is the only Ausse. What do you expect to get from interrupting me? The other side is our nickname for Enate Institute. It's down the street and directly opposite our school. It was even built from the same blueprint as our school. They probably reused the blueprint to save money, so they're completely the same. Mirrored buildings placed on opposite sides. It's pretty close to here, a little more than 10 minutes walking. Okay, so I was just double checking that the mic is working, and it is. It's just that the waveforms are smaller than usual. Alright, whatever. A lot of people wonder why they didn't just make a larger school instead of two smaller ones. The funny thing about it is that since the building looks identical, we joke about alternate versions of ourselves going to school there, like clones or doppelgangers. On the other side, students have bad grades or honor students. If someone's fat, then their clone is skinny, stuff like that. An old joke now, but I still find it pretty funny. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. Do you remember that weird email Ciar got? Ziva and I nod simultaneously. Ausse then pulls out his cell phone and after playing around with it, shows us the screen. Is that another one? We mentioned the email. I was already expecting this, and looking at the screen only confirms my fear. It's another weird email addressed to me. From this guy again. To share Edian. Not for everybody. Can a lie become reality? If you want to know the truth, go find it. This afternoon at the local sports center. Join it. Good luck choosing your first action. I stand there wide-eyed and in disbelief. Ausse puts away his cell phone and scratches his head in confusion. Do you remember how you used my phone to check your email the other day? I forgot to log you out of your account and my phone has been logged in since. I kind of assumed that was the thing. I was just like, how does he have his email account? I'm like, oh yeah, he logged in on his phone. Forgot about that. To my surprise, forgot his accent. To my surprise, earlier today, I opened an alert for a new email and saw that it was actually for you. And well, that's what I read. Again? What'd I do to deserve this? What do you mean? This is perfect. This time I can go with you. I want to know what happens. Me too. It's hysterical enough as a story. Imagine getting to watch it live. What? No way. I'm not stupid enough to repeat the same mistake. Once bitten, twice shy. Aren't you curious? After what happened yesterday, we absolutely have to uncover the truth. And you said that what happened yesterday was probably just a misunderstanding anyways. Whoever sent it to you is giving you a second chance. That's right. What happened to your depressing love story, eh? Are you gonna abandon it now? That isn't the problem. What am I supposed to do? I don't even know what they meant by join it. Join what? I'm so excited to go there. Isn't there anything way to convince you otherwise? Come on, Ausse, help me. Even if it's one of those crazy schemes of yours. Crazy schemes? I see. There's no other way. Ausse clicks his tongue in disapproval and sharply gazes at me. I guess we'll have to settle this with a bet. Bet? Oh god, no! You triggered him! It's said that every human being chronically suffers from this at least one sin. I don't think I'm usually greedy, but that naturally inherent part of me always wakes up with one word. Bet. The thrill of gambling, the risk, the possibility of getting caught cheating, and getting punished. Fortune is the vessel that brings men glory and excitement, a trophy of what has come to pass. I'm prideful enough to always fulfill my promises and to stick to my bets, no matter the cost or prize. Everything I have in my wallet right now, wagered against you going to the sports center with us. I motion for Ausse to show me what's in his wallet first. Instead, inside there's a reasonable, sizable prize, well worth the challenge. Alright, Ausse, I accept. However, following the proper rule for this kind of bet, I get to be the one who decides which game we'll play. Sure, I'm going to win anyways. There's only one way to put to rest our ongoing rivalry. A game where you, the lowly commoner, dies in glorious battle against the eternal, magnificent Hero King. We'll end this with a sled deck race. Sled decks? No way. Alright, sled decks, let's do it. Care to explain what a sled deck race is? This is why I've been training day and night, for an opportunity like this. You'll regret it when I make you step down from your throne. Is anyone gonna answer me? My fear is akin to what a human would feel in the face of being stepped on by an ant. Since I choose the game, do you want to establish any extra rules? Hey, I'm still here! What's a sled deck? Next break, one-on-one, a race to the death. To the death? Don't make me laugh! No more bets. The money's on the table and you can't drop out now. You know just how invincible I am when it comes to the sled decks. Same goes for you. You might be surprised this time. We make our way back to our classrooms, bickering so offensively that sparks are flying at each other. Is anyone gonna tell me what a sled deck is? In the end, the one who's forgotten is me. Jeez. Alright guys, we're gonna have to end this part here. I really hate the fact that I can't just get rid of the text boxes and take a screen cap. I really wish that was a thing that I could do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is actually turning out to be pretty interesting. I have no idea what a sled deck is either, but we'll figure that out, I suppose. But, this story is actually turning out to be pretty interesting, and it seems to me that, our Ciar Indian has a bit of a gambling addiction. Well, not really gambling, but the word bet just makes him go, Did you say bet? And whatever happens, happens, I suppose. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and once again, take us out American National Anthem! See you guys later. That is going to be the permanent end slate from now on. I love it.